Hey, it's Mr. Leatherwood.
And Mrs. Weeks.
And today we are starting our unit on division.
Woo!
And since we're coming off a week of multiplying, we figured one of our first videos should be how to multiply to divide.
Yep.
So use multiplication to do your division.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you're like, what the heck is that? So we're going to tell you. So let's start with an example. Let's do 345 divided by 15.
Ooh, big.
Okay, and that's going to equal something.
Mm-hmm.
So multiplying to divide, you're going to turn it around. You're not very good at division. You're superior at multiplication.
Right.
And maybe this is the method that you think you can be more successful at. So, for instance, or an example of this, is I could do 15 times 20, for instance.
Okay.
And that's easy for me. I can do 15 times 20, use partial products, whatever. And I know that that gets me 300.
Okay.
So I'm almost there. If I look up here, my goal is 345. So far, I've gotten 300.
Okay.
So I need to figure out, I've already done 300, so I need to figure out how am I going to get to this 45. So I'm going to use 15 again. I'm going to multiply it by something to try to get close to 45. And I get lucky here because 15 times 3 equals 45. Make sense so far?
Yeah. Now, what if you end up with a problem and you don't know 15 times 20 or 15 times 3? That's hard for you. How
Well,
could you go to an easier one, or
Yeah.
could you build it up so that you knew maybe even to skip count those 15s or something like that? Maybe if you know 15 times 10, that still would help you, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And kind of like when we did multiplying with arrays or multiplying with partial products, you can break it up, whatever's easiest for you. So if 20 wasn't good, you could have done 15 times 10, and then another 15 times 10. So you could break it up however you want.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But once you get this, if your 345 is added up over here, you know that you've found your solution. The only tricky part about this method is remembering where to look to find your answer.
Right, because you've been down here multiplying.
Right, so if 15 was part of our original problem, 345 was part of our original problem. So the only thing left over that wasn't part of our original problem was this middle section.
Right.
So if you add these two together, 23 is going to be your final quotient.
Right, so we have our divisor accounted for, our dividend, and now we have our quotient.
Yeah. Okay, want to try another one?
Yeah, I think we should.
Let's see. Let me get rid of this one right here. We'll just... Okay. So let's do a different screen. Okay, so give me a number. Pick a number, any number.
Go big. 642.
Okay. I don't know. 21.
Oh, okay.
All right. Because we're going to... Well, I don't know that there's a remainder. There may not be one. So we'll see. 21's good because on the last video we did multiple towers of 21.
Right. So they may see something that stands out to them.
Exactly. So let's do 21 for instance. Times what?
Well, I could do 10.
Okay.
That would still be okay, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's not as big as we could go. We could go even bigger, but maybe if I just feel comfortable with that.
I think I would. I mean, you could do 20, but then you get in, it's a little harder. I would start with 10.
Okay.
You could
I think so too.
Yeah. So we got 210 so far. We still got some room to grow. So I'm going to do 10 again.
Oh, that's good.
So I'm going to get another 210. So we're up to roughly 420, roughly exactly. And it looks like I can do another 10.
I think we can.
Is that right?
Yep.
We're going to see.
And if anybody struggles with this, I know Mr. Leatherwood's sitting here doing mental math too as he takes this away. But if you need to, you can run that subtraction down the side too. Whatever you need to do to keep track of how much you have taken away from that original dividend. So.
And if you want to take note, keep a little tally, I guess. This so far equals 630.
Right.
Right? Okay. So far we have 630, and we're looking at 642.
Right.
So if we did, let me pick another color because this...
Well, don't bust.
Yeah, if we did 21 times 1, for instance, and we added a 21. If we added this here, what would we get to?
Oh, I think we busted.
651, right?
Yeah.
So you don't, so that's no good. So what does that mean? What do we do, for instance, if we have this total doesn't total this? What should we do?
Well, if it looks like that next number
Mm-hmm.
would bust us even doing it one time. So
Mhm.
that says to me if it's less than what our divisor is, then
Mhm.
we probably have a remainder.
We do. So again, we're going to look right here.
Mhm.
So our answer is going to be 30,
Mm-hmm.
but we're going to have a remainder of something.
Uh-oh.
So I'm going to take my 42,
Mm-hmm.
or 642, I should say,
Mhm.
minus 630, and hopefully we can do
12.
that. We got a 12, right?
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
30 remainder 12.
Well, we did have a remainder, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So see?
Yep.
All right. Practice a couple.
Yeah, I think they need to get used to that. I think some of them have seen it before where we multiply in order to get a solution to a division problem, but it's good to practice and good for them to see. So I think it's perfect.
All right. Hope you like it.
All right.